Well, is it girls' night out or is somebody getting plowed? I'm Paul, Apex Mindset. Take your finger, slide it over, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can support this content, share it with your friends, ask questions in the comments section if you would like. So let's talk about girls' night outs, okay? I have a private, exclusive email list that no spam goes on, no advertisements, nothing like that. I'm going to share with you some special reports and content that I can't put on YouTube. YouTube is unfortunately a censored platform. I can't dive into heavier topics the way I want to. So get on my email list. At the end of the video, I'll have the email. It'll also be in the description. So just send me an email, tell me that you're in, and I'll make sure you get some of the other information. That's totally free, and that's more in depth than what I could cover here. Now, girls' night out. Okay, so a lot of red-pilled guys will say, never let your girl go on a girls' night out, or whatever, okay? And a lot of your other guys out there will say, what's the big deal? And, you know, and women will always fight for their ability to cheat on you. Just understand that, okay? I'm not saying they're going to cheat on you. I'm not saying all women cheat. A lot of women don't cheat. A lot of women do cheat, but a lot of women don't cheat, okay? So you have to understand what I'm saying. But their primitive brain wants to maximize their mating options at all times. That's what they're wired to do. They're wired to maximize their mating options at all times. So any barrier that isn't a choice of their own making that gets in the way, they want to be able to go out and have the option to sleep with a bunch of guys and then make the decision to not do that. Okay, that's what they want. Because they don't want to be told they can't go do that, though. You understand that? They want it to be their choice. Not just for the aspect of freedom, but like it's like this. We'll get a little philosophical for a minute here. If somebody told me that they're not going to let me go and rob a store at gunpoint, would I be upset about that and feel restricted and get all bitchy about it and have arguments and tell the person that they're too possessive for saying I can't go rob a store at gunpoint? And you know what I mean? Would I do all that stuff? No, because I don't want to go rob a store at gunpoint. I don't even want the option to go rob a store at gunpoint. I'm not somebody who would do something like that. This doesn't fit my moral code, doesn't fit who I am. I'm never going to go rob a store at gunpoint. Okay, I mean, I can't think of any scenario where that would ever happen. So if somebody is like, you know what? You're not allowed to rob a store at gunpoint. I'm going to go, wow, who cares? I was going to do it anyway. It's a non-issue. You see what I'm saying? But if you say to a girl, no, you're not allowed to go to that bachelorette party in Miami where there's going to be strippers and your man's not around, where your friends will be cheating on their men. You can't, on that girl's night out. You're not allowed to go into that environment. I'm not comfortable with that. Oh my God, what, you don't trust me? What do you mean I can't go do that? You're not allowed to go to that hookup place where all your friends are going to hook up and, suck a bunch of dudes in the parking lot. Even though you're not going to do that, and I trust you, I don't feel comfortable you going to that place. What are you trying to say? What do you mean? You don't trust me? I'm not allowed to go where all my friends are sucking off dudes in the parking lot? You see what I'm saying? All right. See how stupid that is? Now, of course, they're never going to just say, well, my friends are going to be sucking off dudes in the parking lot. But how many of these women out there, especially under 30, have their friends are doing that, right? Exactly, right? Or they're hooking up with this dude or doing this thing that they shouldn't be doing. And they're surrounding themselves with these people. And they're going to these places. You know what I'm saying? But you tell them they can't do that. Holy shit. You're in trouble now. You know what I mean? You're a possessive, jealous guy. What's wrong with you? You mean I can't just go violently smash someone's face into the wall because I didn't like what they said to me on the internet? Or I didn't like how they looked at me? What do you mean I can't go do that? Oh, I'm so restricted. What do you mean? I don't have my freedoms? You see how when you flip the argument around, you see how stupid it sounds. But women will say this all the time, do this all the time, sound incredibly stupid, and they will do it with a straight face. Never ceases to amaze me as much as I learn, okay? So now let's talk about girls' night out. You have to understand that they want the freedom to cheat on you, all right? They want that, every single one of them. Your good girl, your church girl, every single one of them. None of them want to feel like they're being restricted. You have some ultra submissive types. You have some types that, get off on a guy angrily telling her what she can do and where she can go and that sort of thing. But even those girls, they don't really want the restriction. They just are maybe turned on or feel better by the guy who's ordering them around more, okay, than that. And she sees that guy as her best sexual option, so that's what she does. But the reality is that female brain wants to optimize their sexual options, optimize hypergamy. They want to have the option. That doesn't mean they're going to execute the option, though, all right? And here's the thing, you got to let them. All right, you can't sit here and control. You have to set your standards, but you let them make their choices. That's the answer. That's what you do as a man, because you want to know that she is picking you, and this is a fluid thing that needs to be checked out. This is something that needs to be happening at all times. Okay, just because she saw you as her best sexual option last year or 6 months ago or last week, it doesn't mean she sees you that way right this second. Better dude comes along, you've made a few mistakes, maybe a few arguments happen, now she calls it into question. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's always a fluid situation. There's never such thing as equity, okay, in a relationship. So she has to see you as that best option at all times. The way that you can tell if she's seeing you that way is how she is treating her social behavior. If she is going out and sexually signaling and acting like she's sexually signaling or trying to hide it from you, but whatever, she's going out for the purpose of getting dressed up, looking hot, and getting attention from men, then you know that she is questioning your status as her best sexual option, or that she does not see you that way at all. And she's expecting you to be her backup plan, her beta in waiting at home, while she goes out and tries other potential dudes. So your answer to that is always to kick her to the curb. Men, you have to be savage nowadays, okay? If she is not going to behave with loyalty, you have to set the standards that is not what I'm going to put up with. And that's when you kick her to the curb or you leave her. You let her do what she's going to do, but if she does something that demonstrates that she is not loyal, okay, and if she doesn't even have the cognizance or awareness to understand that what she's doing isn't loyal, or maybe would call your loyalty into question, or if she's going to do something that's out of character and you have questions about that, and she guilt trips you and acts like you are being stupid for asking very reasonable questions, those are red flags. That means that you might need to exit that relationship. I don't know about you, but I'm no cuck. So if I am in a monogamous or even just semi-monogamous relationship, but if I've given my commitment away, I'm not going to do that to somebody who doesn't see me as her best. She wants to call that into question, then she's never going to be in a relationship with me again. And that's the standard you need to set. Now, you look at the action. Is her girls' night out just her hanging out with her friends? Is she going out with friends and doing things that don't indicate that she is signaling to other men for attention? Is she going out with her friends who are out? Is she going out with a group of friends, and that group of friends are acting like sluts and signaling for other men for attention and trying to get laid, but she's going to tell you she's not? That's probably a problem, right? You know? Why is she doing that? You have to ask yourself those questions, right? She's going out just to have fun with her girls. That's fine, right? She's just having fun with her girls. Women lie. Women are duplicitous. They like to say they're not, but they are, and they do this. So, and then they get outraged when you say that they lie because they want the option to lie without you knowing that they're lying. Anyway, so you have to figure it out. You have to figure out this person you're with. You have to figure out this. If you're someone you're just dating, you got to figure it out. You have to look at the total picture. Don't look at just going out with the girls as being a surefire thing that she doesn't want you. I mean, women are allowed to have social lives. They're allowed to go out. But look at the nature of what they're doing. Are they going out for the purpose of getting male attention and hooking up, but she's not interested in hooking up? She's just going out with her friends who are interested in hooking up, right? If you can't buy, I wouldn't buy that argument necessarily. You got to look at what she's doing. Is she coming home, not coming home at all, for example, ghosting you for a couple of days because she had a girls' night? This is probably a problem, right? So, yeah, you should never be in a position, if you are in a long-term relationship, to have to call your partner into question. If you are in that position, just leave. That's that simple. If she's unwilling to have a discussion with you like an adult, she wants to guilt trip you and tell you that you're being unreasonable and jealous and stupid, and she's never cheated before, she's always been so loyal, how dare you question her action of going to Vegas with her girlfriends for a bachelorette party, you know what I mean, to hang out with, and to order a stripper, right, or whatever, right? I mean, come on, and see, some of you guys really don't get it, don't understand. And I'm going to do a separate video on bachelorette parties and what that actually is, so you do understand. But I have friends who have been in the male stripper industry, I know dudes who have been in that industry, and they will tell you that women who order these guys for bachelorette parties or come in for bachelorette parties, a lot of them are getting male genitalia in their face, in their mouth, in their body. And these are married women. These are women in relationships. They get into a groupthink with these other girls, and this is what they do a lot of times. It's a very high percentage of times that they do this. And even the actual person getting married often sees this as a chance to, sow her wild oats, which means exercise unchecked hypergamy with the highest, which means mating, okay, with the highest sexual option she can find before she settles down. If she doesn't see the guy that she's about to marry as her alpha best sexual option, she sees him as more of a beta provider who's going to provide her with a nice life and some children. Yeah, she may be inclined, depending on her moral makeup and some of those things, she may be inclined to exercise that one last opportunity she'll rationalize to herself to be with another dude in some context, right? Or to do things with other dudes that maybe aren't appropriate, that demonstrate that this dude is not her best. And maybe your girl who's going with her is going to do the same. If she's putting some strippers, stuff in her face or in her mouth or whatever at a bachelorette party or at some scenario like that, right? Even if she gets into it with the crowd, she does that. What's that message? That message is that you are not her best, because she's willing to compromise that and show the rest of the world and all of her friends that this person is potentially or probably better than you. So that's a level of disrespect. I wouldn't accept that, right? So the point is, girls' night out. You let her do what she wants, because she's going to anyway, okay? If you try to get jealous and act weak about it, you're going to actually push her into doing things that she shouldn't be doing, right? Because you're going to demonstrate, you're going to confirm to her that you're not her best sexual option. So you need to step back and let her do what she wants. But, and be an observer. But she needs to understand, though, too, that you're a man with standards. And that if she does things that are below your standards, that call to question her loyalty to you, you will leave her without question and at the drop of a hat. Doesn't matter how good the relationship is. You will do that if she breaks that standard. She needs to understand that, and then let her think about whether she wants to go to that girls' night out and take a trip to Miami or take a trip to, Vegas with her and go hang out with clubs and signal to other men availability, you know what I mean, while you're sitting at home. Let her make that decision if that's a good, with her friends that are traditionally kind of slutty and cheat and all that stuff. Get drunk and get high, do all that crap and do those things. Act like party girls again, sow their wild oats, right? If she's going to go off and do that, she needs to think twice about that. Because you might not be, she needs to understand if that's what she's doing, she's welcome to go do it, but you're not going to be there, not in that same context when she comes back. She might find her shit on the curb, you know, if you live together. Or maybe your shit out of the house, if that's the case. Or maybe she finds that you're dating and you're no longer in a relationship. So set your standards, men. Don't get caught up into believing their bullshit when they're going to bullshit you. All right? But at the same time, don't be a controlling a-hole either. You let them do what they're going to do. And if you are doing the right things as a man and she sees you as her best, then she's going to do the right things if she's capable of it and if you've made a good choice. And if not, it's better to find out earlier than later that you need to move on. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around for the email address so you can get on my list. Take care.